Hello and welcome back to the Conscious Rebel Tarot. I am Layton, your Conscious Rebel Tarot reading, and today we have a message from Source that you have been avoiding. So, are you ready to hear about it? Let's get into it. We are going to grab a few oracle cards and then we'll get some tarot cards out and kind of get the full picture here for you. Okay, Source, what has this lovely viewer been avoiding and what are you ready to tell them? What is the message that this lovely viewer has been avoiding? Okay. Achievement. Inspiration. Okay. Let's grab from my Seasons of the Witch Lithid Oracle. Rewild. Let your soul's garden grow wild, setting yourself free and allowing mysteries to surprise you. Okay, let's grab a few tea leaves as well. Oh, I should have done this one first and try and spread. How does one spread out the tea leaves? Boop, boop, boop. You know what? And this one. Okay, let's put those back. Let's take a look, shall we? Grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And we also have wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So let's see the tarot cards so we can get a full look into what message from Source have you been avoiding? Okay. Let's take a look. 8 of Swords. 8 of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups. 2 of Swords. You know, before I did this reading, I saw the 2 of Swords in my mind. Like, she literally has the cards over her face. She is avoiding something, right? 6 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords. And then we have the Magician. Okay, let me just take a moment with this. It's almost like you are scared of success, that you have a fear of becoming successful and wealthy and being in a better, more abundant position than you currently are in. Source is out here trying to give you a gift with this 6 of Pentacles. They want to tell you, hey, like, I have something beautiful for you. I have abundance for you. I have wealth, opportunity, whatever it is that your soul truly wants, it wants you. And Source wants to give that to you. And so, why have you been avoiding this? You know, why have you left the wool over your eyes? What is it that you are not wanting to examine? And the not examining of this is what is keeping you from what your soul really wants. And I let your soul's garden grow wild with this rewild card. And she's on this horse and she's running through a field and there are foxes around her and birds in the sky and her hair is just wild. It feels like you are keeping your soul in a box, right? Your soul is being contained right now through your own mental struggles. You may have felt a little unlucky in love. Maybe you have been searching for a partner or and it hasn't been going your way, or you have been when you have tried to wear your heart on your sleeve and show your love and enthusiasm for others, it always has not gone as planned. And yeah, really, like the ideas that you have had in the past have been so exciting, and they've brought you a lot of you have a lot of inspiration. I really feel like you are a visionary and you have a lot of great ideas, but you really may be struggling with the follow through because of your own mental struggles. And when it says here that someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want, I really feel like that person is you, and that you are getting in the way of your own success. Why? Why are you getting in the way of being the very best version of yourself and achieving something very great for yourself? Because I you have the opportunity for a lot of material abundance in your life, a lot of financial abundance. I'm really seeing that through your ideas. Once you materialize them, okay, so you have the ideas, but you are struggling to materialize them. You are struggling to manifest them, make them, your ideas come into the physical reality. And so maybe in the past, you have worked really hard on something and you've just really put your soul into it, and then it didn't work out. Your boss at work didn't go with the idea that you wanted, or you tried to start a new project and no one noticed you. And this really, really ate at your idea of self-worth and your idea of putting yourself out there and letting yourself be seen. So this fear of success, I feel like really has to do with the fear of being seen. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. I'm just getting over it. And so, and with the Six of Pentacles here, what about it in your childhood beat you down enough that you were too scared to succeed, too scared to follow through on your ideas? Excuse me. Excuse me. I feel like there's one more in there, but we're going to keep going. So you have been in the past really steadily working and trying to create something, trying to make your visions come into reality. But because of these resistances, these people saying no to you or not yet, these obstacles that you've had in your path, which Source has put in your path to teach you lessons so that you can become more adept and have more wisdom and knowledge so that you can really master this thing that you want. And now you have really put yourself in this box of, I can't do it. I don't even want to do it. I don't need money. I don't want this for myself. It's totally fine. Oh, it would be nice, right? You kind of have that like, oh, must be nice attitude, but it's, not for me. Things just don't work out for me. I feel like it's what you maybe the ideas that you have going through your head, these thoughts that you have. And I just want to let you know that you are not your thoughts. I always see it as we've got the devil and the angel, okay? Intuition is our angel and ego is our devil, and they sit on our shoulders. And we have our intuition, our little angel, whispering to us, hey, what about doing this? Or trying this? Or talking to this person for this new opportunity. So then you have your ego on this side, the devil, and he is just yelling at you, right? No, don't do that. Stay safe. We must stay safe. We cannot go out of this box. Don't talk to that person. Don't do that thing. And because your ego, if untrained, is so loud, you can't hear the gentle whispers in your other ear. And so you have really been keeping yourself contained. Your ego does not want you to move past what is known and what is safe. And up until now, I feel like a lot of life has not felt safe for you. You have felt, with this Nine of Swords, scared. Just, this sense of absolute fear. And and I'm wondering, I want to get into more of what is it that you're scared of? And this really feels like something that stems back to childhood for you. With this idea of the Six of Pentacles and this give and take and this gift that is wanting to come into your life and that source is wanting to give you, it is yours already. You just have to claim it. There may have been someone in your past that took a lot more than they gave. And I'm getting this image of like a little kicked puppy, a little puppy sitting in a dark corner, and they have been so used and abused that they are so scared of a helping hand. They are so fearful of anyone or anything that may come into their life and try to offer them something truly good. And you may feel like you don't deserve the good things in your life and that you don't deserve to have material abundance, financial abundance, that you don't deserve to have this level of success. I really feel like you are meant to be a leader in whatever you are passionate about, whatever you excel at. I feel like you are meant to lead, but you are being kept back by the mental dances that you have going on in your head. And it's time to have some fun. You know, I am not asking you to dive deep into the shadow work and look at every past traumatic childhood experience and to inspect it with a fine-tooth comb. I'm not asking you to do that. You do not need to do a bunch of shadow work in order to be a whole person. You already are, right? But it's about going out and having more fun in your life, having new experiences that really light you up. And you got to let your soul free, you know? And you might be asking me, how do I do that? And this really starts with the limiting beliefs that you currently have around yourself, you know? And yeah, definitely looking at, why do I have these beliefs? But really, you can just start with seeing those beliefs that you have, understanding them, and switching them to affirmations, right? So if you feel like, oh, like I could never get that job or I could never have that thing, you want to switch that into something positive for yourself. I want to ask the cards now, what happened in your life to that put you in that box and that made you not want to see there's a few sword cards here, and it just really tells me that you are dealing with maybe having mental health struggles, right? And maybe dealing with low self-worth, right? Like just really not feeling deserving, and you think that if you just block it out and not think about it, not address it, that it can't hurt you anymore. but it is hurting you now. It is hurting you because the longer that you avoid these issues, then the longer that you are not going to have clarity about what your soul truly wants. And clearly your soul wants more financial abundance. It wants more leadership opportunities. It wants more fun. So what in this lovely viewer's life has happened to cause this mental anguish? Okay, 4 of Wands and 3 of Swords. I feel a lot of sadness in these cards. The 4 of Wands is supposed to be a card of celebration, marriage, like a strong home, a strong foundation. And I feel like for you, you may not have had that strong foundation. You may not have had 2 loving parents who cared for you, or even not even parents, but at least 2 loving adults in your life that really cared about you and wanted you to succeed and wanted to see you thrive. And that is something that you so desperately wanted in your life as a small human, is to experience love and joy in a family setting. And I feel like when you were quite young, you may have gone through with your parents may have had a divorce or separated, or really someone in your life when you were young may have violated your boundaries in a way that made you feel broken and worthless. And like you were just so broken that you couldn't possibly put these pieces back together. And this broken home that you may have come from is that rocky foundation. I mean, it really wasn't much of a foundation at all, but that rocky foundation that you have been trying to build your adult life upon has been so fragile that you haven't been able to build a proper home. You haven't been able to build that proper foundation. You never had the foundation to begin with. And if everything felt so broken right from the get-go, maybe the ages of 3 or 4, you had something happen in your family that really just broke you. Now, it didn't actually break you in the sense that you are a whole, unique, individualized expression of Source. And you are a beautiful soul who is trying to figure everything out, but you are on the right path. You are not broken, but you feel broken. You feel really confined. And there's quite a few dark cards in the sense of they are physically dark with the sword suit. You spent a lot of time in the dark, a lot of time unconscious to your own fears. And Source is really asking that you stop avoiding the hard stuff, right? Stop avoiding specifically your feelings. There's what? 1 cup card in here. That really shows to me, especially it being the Knight of Cups, that there may have been a man in your life or a male masculine figure in your life when you were young that caused you to feel this brokenness. And it may have been something that you immediately, your own brain, your own nervous system couldn't handle this kind of betrayal or loss or whatever it was. And so your brain was like, hey, we're not going to remember this one. We are going to put this so far back in the back of our brain that we don't have, we got this. You don't worry about it, you know? And your ego, your brain, it is only trying to protect you, but it did what it had to at that time. But now as you are older, source is letting you know that you are strong enough. You can handle this. This is something that you can look at and start to untangle and unravel. And I just want to say that therapy might be something that would definitely be helpful for you to really go into the shadow work. I would not suggest doing deep shadow work without the help of a professional, because I have seen a few cases of people going really deep into shadow work and not having the proper supports around them and just getting stuck farther in this box and this mental anguish. So it's this balance between having more fun in your life and letting yourself go. You know what I want to say is that I think the best possible way for you to heal in this current moment is to go have fun, right? And let the feelings as they come up, let yourself hold them. Hold your feelings like you are holding the small version of yourself that so desperately needed that hug. And it is not easy. Emotional regulation is not easy. If you are not familiar with emotional regulation, you want to, when you start to feel something uncomfortable, you want to become aware of it. I am feeling a ball of something, anxiety in my chest. Name the feeling, think about where it is in your body, and you can say that out loud too. I am feeling anxiety in my chest, or I'm feeling this ball in my chest. And sit with it. Sit with it for a minute or two. Don't try to overanalyze. Don't try to think about why am I having this feeling. That is not what this time is for. Get into your body. Take a few deep grounding breaths. Imagine roots coming out of your feet and going into the earth, and just spend some time with these feelings. And once you have spent that minute or two with your feelings, move on with your day and continue having the fun that you are meant to. Excuse me, sorry. Definitely still a little sick. Okay. So I want to take a look at this inspiration card here in the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Okay, so I want to read from this inspiration card here. The Mercury Pisces combination indicates an extremely vivid imagination that finds it easy to visualize thoughts and ideas, and reveals a personality type with a natural ability to please others. Highly intuitive, almost telepathic on the unconscious level, people with this planet and sign combination have an imagination an imaginative talent that could be profitable in creative or artistic worlds. Many writers and creative artists have this aspect. You have the ability to add imaginatively to the world around you. They arrive at conclusions through intuitive perception rather than logical reasoning. Mercury Pisceans have a tendency to be secretive about their inner thoughts and ideas, and an excessive use of their natural ability to dwell on fantasies may lead to flights of neurotic escapism, which is exactly what I have been saying here, is that you have been escaping this reality of yours. You use your vivid imagination to escape to places that feel safer. But that is fantasy, right? And if you want to if you want to take these possible fantasies in a happier place and actually manifest it and turn it into something in your physical realm, you got to get out of your head and into your body and take action. It says here that this card shows that there is an instinctive answer to the question if the inquirer will open up to his or her inner vision. It indicates that the questioner already knows the answer but refuses to face up to it. So that's what I was saying, that Source sees you, Source loves you, and Source knows that you have been avoiding this. But obviously, if you are watching this video, this is because you are ready, not maybe to dive in head first, but you can get your toes a little wet. And it just starts with having more fun, letting your hair down, okay? Like going out and doing things that bring you joy. And this could be something that, something you loved when you were younger. It talks about how many of these people are very creative and they are writers or poets. So if you love to read or write when you were younger, then that is something that you could start to do again. Use your beautiful imagination to create something, okay? Because right now you are stuck in that void before anything is created. And you are stuck there in that. You're not stuck, but you feel stuck in this void, in this box. And the best way that you can get out of it is to just have a little fun, right? Let yourself celebrate whatever you've got going on in your life. Like, give yourself the gift of fun. Really, really, truly, your soul craves more fun in your life. Your soul wants you to use your talents and your God-given gifts to create, to create. And like I said in the past, you may have felt like, well, I worked so hard on things and I did try and I didn't get anywhere. And people told me no, but what I'm actually seeing here is that you have been your own worst inner critic. You have been your own worst critic and you have been keeping yourself tied. And when you were, working so hard, how long were you doing that for, right? How much gusto and effort did you actually put into it until you gave up, right? When you started to see that level of success, or right before the success happened, right before something was really going to break through for you, you gave up. And Source is asking you to try again, to try again. Express yourself with your God-given talents. Express yourself. And really, that is where you are going to find your material abundance, your financial abundance, in your visionary attitude. In your gifts is where you will find that. I feel like you are someone who is really meant to tell stories and and take really, like, you have really original ideas and they want to be expressed in some sort of creative way. So you just have to start. I mean, I can give you all of this information, but really you just have to start. And I want to let you know, teeny tiny baby steps. Please do not suddenly think I need to write a whole book. Okay, you want me to do something? I'm going to make a whole album or whatever. No, take the teeniest, tiniest step, so small, because you need to create a solid foundation in your life. You need to start with teeny tiny steps. You need to lay it brick by brick and do that for yourself. Just because you didn't have that when you were younger growing up, just because someone didn't build that foundation for you, it doesn't mean you can't build it in yourself. It takes a little bit more time, but you are strong and you have this capability. I also want to take a look at the achievement card here. Okay, so this card here says that the goal for people with this planet sign combination is a slow and steady advancement based on solid ground and security oriented, which is exactly what I was saying. Slow and steady, brick by brick, which is something that you have really may have struggled in the past, because in the past you didn't know how to build that foundation. You may have been really a perfectionist, which means that for a lot of us, you don't even get started. You stop before you're even started. And so Source is asking you just to take that little baby step. You have a good talent for organizing and thrive in an executive post at whatever level feels comfortable to you. It says here that often when one receives this card in a reading, it indicates a powerful moral sense and a feeling of obligation to set a good example for others. This may be because one has chosen or been promoted to a role. But I want to stop there on a feeling of obligation to set a good example for others. So, where in your life, where in your childhood did you feel a sense of obligation to perform for others, to look good, to be a good example, right? You may be the first child of you may be the first sibling, or but really you have a lot of pressure on your shoulders to be something. I need to be something. And I haven't done it yet. I'm not writing. I'm not singing. I'm not acting. I'm not doing this thing that I wanted to do because I suck and I can't do it. And you just have so much going on in here. And it's not your fault. And the crappy hand that you were dealt when you were younger is not your fault. But now you are an adult and you hold your life in your hands. You hold your reality. You are the creator. With this magician here, you are the creator of your reality. You can manifest whatever it is that you want in this life, but you got to start with having a little bit of fun, letting your hair down, letting it loose, and taking those slow baby steps and feeling your emotions one by one. So, my dear viewer, that is what I see in your reading today. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. It really helps me grow my channel and get these readings to people who need them. Awesome. Have a great day. Bye.